Welcome to another episode of The American Dream, a show that's unscripted, that combats negative media, commercial-free. If you get anything out of today's show, it's about dreaming big. Let's start the show right now.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about this show? It's totally unscripted.
So we talk about this show, The American Dream. A big piece of it is how it's a mindset, not a circumstance. I don't know if there's anyone who better illustrates it than a guy named Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone is a guy who came from nothing. He's built a successful empire that sells books, products, coaching. Overall, just a very inspirational guy. So we're here in Miami and we're sitting in a bank. Now, what you don't know is the bank, actually all this commercial space, Grant just bought it. So we're gonna go meet Grant, we're gonna walk around, show his company culture, get to know his story a little bit better, and then we're gonna go visit his private jet. So this should be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and let's check this out. Follow me.
So let me bring you back here, Craig.
Okay.
So this is our e-commerce right here. We'll do about maybe 40 this year.
Snap a few shots and everything.
And so, hey, Ryan Secco, how you doing? Amazing. He's a pilot and works in the real estate. He's moved from phones to pilot to we're going to raise $1 billion in cash for real estate deals. So we bought this building and we're blowing out all the way to that side. I need all the room in it. Yeah, what's going on, guys? What's going on? Hey, so this is the boiler room right here, okay? These guys are making phone calls all day long, cold calls, warm calls, and follow-up calls. Hey, guys, say hi to Craig, will you? That's how we roll, dog. That's how we roll.
Hey, let me get 2 claps to the Ric Flair!
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I'm Kara Kay with The American Dream. I get to meet with Ryan Serhant of $1 Million Listing. It's an exclusive interview and it's one you won't want to miss. Are you ready to cheers to your book and all your success?
Sure.
Okay.
Are we drinking this?
Yeah, I mean,
Are we chugging
I know
it?
nothing about wine. I'm Kara Kay, and today I get to speak with Ryan Serhant. He is here in San Diego promoting his book. We are excited to read it. You do so well in real estate, and you know the power of media and TV. Thank you again for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
With the wine in the wine room.
It couldn't be classier, in my opinion.
I know, this is very classy. I should have worn a tie.
So I know that you know the importance of TV and media. How important do you think that is in real estate today?
I think media is incredibly important in all businesses. I think any business that does anything for marketing in any way, shape, or form is now a media company. I mean, if you're a real estate brokerage like I am in New York City, we don't build the apartments, we don't build the buildings. We're not really real estate brokers, we're media brokers, right? I find different ways to market my properties via media. And so for me, television has been huge, and now we do a lot through the digital space, right? You can see that a lot of networks are going digital. I have a YouTube vlog now, just to try to hit a different viewer base. It's really important.
Sure, I think you, of all people, know the importance of getting exposure to listings, which is why you've gotten into TV and media. Now talk about the transition into how important it is to be social as well as on TV.
Yeah, I think that if you're a salesperson, right, which is what the book is for, is anybody who sells anything, you're really selling yourself, right? You're creating a relationship. You sometimes have to talk about the product. Sometimes you have to go into the price. Sometimes you have to go into the features. You need to have all that information, but that's what you need to do. That's the job, right? Everything else, especially through social media, especially through different forms of media, is building that relationship passively, right? This, you and I talking right now, is an active communication, building a relationship. But I can hit so many more people through social, through YouTube, through LinkedIn articles. People talk about passive income all the time. For salespeople and for a lot of people in our generation, kind of the gig generation, we have passive relationships, our passive income, because those will turn into other sources of work for us down the line, and we just don't even know what they are.
If you are talking to a realtor who really wants to make it tomorrow and in the future, what advice would you give them?
I am always blown away when I meet new salespeople, especially real estate agents, who post on Instagram once a month, who aren't doing anything on YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitter, and they say, well, that's not really me. Well, then the job isn't really you.
Thank you for watching. Link, subscribe, you know what to do. Oh.
Like and subscribe.
Oh.
Not like and subscribe.
You can't sit there and complain about not having business or sit there and complain about how the market's so tough if you're not actively doing things that are under your control. And what's under your control is putting out media. There's so many different places to absorb content these days, and so many real places to hit real people, to target them directly in your neighborhood, on your block, like that age group. It's all about consistency too, right? It's a really, really important word, and it takes a long, long time. Like for me, it took me 3 years before I stopped thinking about quitting real estate every day. It was tough. And same thing for social media and all forms of media. Like, you have to be consistent with what you put out there all the time, and that way people know what to look for.
Now, what do you guys think as a team? What does the American dream, I guess, mean to you in your office?
It's freedom of choice to be able to own a home if you want, or rent a home if you want, or to be able to have this job or this opportunity or that opportunity without repercussion other than your own expectations and your own stress that you put on yourself. I really do think that everybody has that thing in their stomach that is trying to get them to that next level in their life that they actually can take control of, but not everybody wants it. And that's the one thing I can't teach. Like, I can teach a lot in the book about how to find what your motivation is, how to find what's going to wake you up every day, how to find what's going to help you make a little bit of extra money every single month, but I can't teach you to want more for yourself. You have to want that on your own. So we're cheersing to the American dream?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that again.
Okay.
So it's like 3 out.
Okay,
Cheers.
cheers.
All right.
To the American dream.
Am I supposed to drink more?
No.
Okay.
How did we do? I am infamously terrible at alcohol.
No, I'm a real dude, and
So where are we? What is this here?
this is the e-commerce department. So we do about 40 million out of here.
Okay, so you do.
Everything: Facebook, Instagram, webinars.
What is the product line?
So the
Coaching.
the product line's everything from 10x hat, $20, cufflinks, to $80,000 program right here. So this is educational. This is what I started with. I was basically educating sales organizations, big companies like from banks to car dealers, car manufacturers, on how to handle a customer differently. So he's doing a video Skype conference call. Let's go back and see. Hey guys, how's it going, guys?
They can hear you.
What's up, baby?
Hey, you guys are awesome, man. I got my little glow on. How do I look?
You're looking good. You look amazing.
Dave's got a little filter, light filter here.
For that.
Hey, really appreciate you guys. William, Jason, Elliot, Amanda, Lauren, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being a customer. Anything we can do to help you guys, let us know, all right? Okay, thank you. So that's how we support our customers through Skype calls, Zoom, video conference. What's up here? This is a stat board. Okay, this is Jeremy's made 110 calls. George Badia's got 2 minutes and 44 seconds, 2 hours and 44 minutes of talk time already.
You guys need anything, let us know in between.
Corey Gill, I don't know where Corey Gill, where you at, Corey Gill? 2 appointments set, man? Did you set them both? Your mom and your uncle.
I'm not doing the power.
Come on, man, come on.
Hi everyone, so we are out here today in the heart of Myers Park, which is a historic and iconic part of our city here in Charlotte. I'm standing in front of the Queen Station condos, which is where my friend Jamie Kimball first became a homeowner. We're going to go see her parents today at the Jamie Kimball Foundation for Courage. We're going to meet with Jan and Ron Kimball, and we're going to learn about how we can make a difference in our community and help end domestic violence.
We are in the heart of the Queen City, so Charlotte's nickname is the Queen City, and it's actually named after Queen Charlotte, who was married to King George III during the American Revolution. And we're actually going to go down Queens Road, which is one of the most well-known streets in Charlotte. You can see that we have big oak trees that line this area of the city.
I am happy to see you guys this morning, and thank you so much for having me. We are talking about the Jamie Kimball Foundation for Courage. Jan, can you tell us how the foundation came to be?
Certainly. On Labor Day of 2012, Jamie, our only child, was murdered in an act of domestic violence. She had been in an abusive relationship for a number of years and found the courage to leave that relationship 3 months earlier, and he hunted her down and shot and killed her, and then he killed himself. And we just felt like Jamie's story couldn't end then. And so shortly after she died, we formed the foundation in her honor and memory with the hope of stopping domestic violence before it begins.
Tell us a little bit about some of the events that you guys do throughout the year to bring this awareness.
We host an annual luncheon honor about Jamie's birthday every year in April, and our goal is to raise funds, but also to raise awareness and educate people about domestic violence and the perils of intimate partner violence. We're in the prevention, education, awareness, and research space. We call it PEAR, P-E-A-R, Prevention, Education, Awareness, and Research, and we are starting young. We are working with middle school kids, high school, college, and universities to try and make sure that we're making a difference before it afflicts people and families in their lives.
So tell us a little bit about how, with what you're doing in the community, how people can get involved and really support you and make a difference in the community.
We are also sponsoring an employer workshop whereby companies and businesses in the region who don't have a domestic violence policy or plan in place have the opportunity to come and learn how to develop a policy. What are some of the things that need to be in that policy?
In Jamie's honor, we want to save as many human beings on this earth as we can. Our goal is to make positive change and create positive change in Charlotte, in the state of North Carolina, in the country about the perils of domestic violence.
So Ron and Jan, you know, it's been such a privilege to know you guys over the years and to know Jamie because she was such a special person. And I really want to thank you for all the hard work that you're doing in the community, as well as just having me here today and sharing this message. So thank y'all so much.
We've got some fresh new young talent doing some things that I know you haven't heard before.
1, 2, 3, listen.
What I love about you, Grant, is that there's a lot of people out there right now and they're preaching bullshit, right? There's a lot of snake oil salesmen that live online now, and I've followed you, gotten to know you. You really live what you talk about. I mean, 10X isn't just some brand. Like, you're actually someone who invests time, energy, and capital into growth. Where does that inspiration come from? Because it's definitely real, man.
In the beginning, years of me being an entrepreneur, I didn't spend any money. I didn't have any employees. I had a half of an employee. I worked out of my office. I did everything on the cheap.
What year was this?
This is, late 90s.
Okay.
Even for the first 20 years, though, of my career, like if you go back and look at what I was doing, I was a speaker and a consultant on how to grow a business, but I didn't have a business.
Okay.
And I hated it.
Yeah.
Because every time I'm talking to a guy about growing a business, when I went back to my hotel that night, I was just selling time.
Sure.
I was the guy you were describing.
Why do you feel so much more confident today?
I got 115 employees that 30 of them probably will become millionaires.
Wow.
I'm not Facebook. I'm not Amazon. Like, I'm not doing this on the backs of Wall Street. This is now I'm orchestrating a business. This has all happened in the last 8 or 9 years.
Incredible.
Yeah, when you take the lid off of, that's why I'm so passionate about what I talk about, because when you take the lid off of this idea that you're going to work from home that's so popular today.
Yep.
You're going to be a consultant or an advertiser or a marketer from your bedroom, and you're going to make millions of dollars. It doesn't matter. You're still not going to be a business.
The online world creates so much opportunity, but there's also so much phoniness to it, right? And I'm in the middle of writing a book right now called American Dream 2.0, and it's talking about the digital age, connectivity, but you can't ignore work ethic and real relationships and building social capital. And I think if you can bring those worlds together, it's probably the greatest opportunity in the history of mankind.
I mean, look, you left San Diego to come to Miami to build your business out. You can't.
You got to get here. Yeah.
You can't do everything on Facebook and Instagram. There's still got to be somebody putting time and energy and resources in risk. I really admire that about what you guys are doing with American Dream.
Well, and think about that term, the American Dream. A lot of people say it's dead, right? Yeah. And the moment you stop dreaming, I think, is the moment that you're dead. Tell us what's next for you. So you got a big event coming up, but give us 3, 5, 10 years. Where do you think you go from here?
I have a company that I think I can take to $10 billion. My goal is to build the biggest real estate company, privately held real estate company in the country.
So you're still inspired, still hustling.
Yeah, still excited. We just, just released a book. It was the best release of any book I've ever done by 10 times.
Wow.
And so we're excited about a lot of stuff. I want to make the people that either partner with me or work with me to be, to do as well as I'm doing, if that's possible. And I think it is.
We're really inspiring people, man. As I was driving over here, we're posting, doing the social media thing too, and I can't tell you how many messages I'm getting from people telling me to thank you.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I hope you get that on the day-to-day, but I just want to share that with you. Yeah. Appreciate you having us out here.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, okay? We'll take it up in the air next time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hi everyone, it's Jenny Linich with Keller Williams Realty, and I'm here at True Homes today. And if you recall, last time we were talking about the shifting real estate market in Charlotte and how that's showing up in the new home segment of the market. So we're here today talking with Jeff Wagniere, who is managing partner of the Charlotte South Division of True Homes. Hey Jeff.
Hey Jenny, how are you?
Hey, it's so good to see you. Thanks so much.
Good to see you
Thanks
again.
for joining us.
Anytime.
Now, we've had this conversation. Oh, you got the glasses on, okay.
Yep.
We've had this conversation about the shifting market and how it's affecting new home communities and new home builders. So give us a little bit about your perspective from the management side and positioning True Homes through the shift.
Absolutely. And you're exactly correct. It's impacting not only the resale market, but also the new home construction. We're typically seeing that shift hit the higher price points, more of that 500K plus, which is why, True Homes has been preparing for that for years to come. So we're a price point builder, meaning we study those $10,000 price bands every single week. We're pulling them up, and we're focused on building and offering options within the most constrained price points. So really that sub 350K is where we're positioned in almost all of our Charlotte and surrounding communities.
And what do you mean by the price constraints?
So price constraint is really anything under a 6-month supply. Ideally, when I say price constraint, when we were talking with True Homes, we're referring to really that sub 3-month supply. And that sub 3-month supply is really at that 350 and below, especially in that Charlotte market area.
So you're really focusing on building homes for the buyers where they are.
Exactly, where there's the most demand and the least amount of supply.
So in addition to studying the market and where the buyers are, how else are you preparing for the shift?
Great question. There's really two main components to our strategy for sustaining ourselves through this next market shift. The first we touched on is pricing our homes, both our showcase homes, as well as our options to build within that price-constrained range. And the second is through our broker relationships. We love our broker partners, especially you, Jenny. Thank you for your continued business. We greatly appreciate it. But there is no builder in this market that is more pro-broker than True Homes. While most builders are ultimately trying to either cut the broker out of the deal or reduce commissions, we're doubling down on our broker relationships. And, just last year alone, we spent over $5 million in our broker partnerships.
And I know from my side of the transaction, it's really nice to know that the buyer's representation is recognized as important, because building a home is a big project. There are a lot of moving pieces. And to know that my buyers are in good hands with you, and in fact, you even incentivize them. You give them $1,000 off the design center if they work with a core broker such as myself. So it's really nice to have that partnership, because we're all in it for the same reason.
Absolutely.
Is to get the buyer into the home they want in a price and a time frame that they want. So we just enjoy living in, we're filming here in the beginning of fall.
Yes.
Yes, I don't want to say, well, it's the end of September. And look at how beautiful it is.
It is.
It's a little warm, and we're wearing sunglasses and short sleeves in September in the South. So
Yes.
you need to move to the South.
Yes,
Charlotte's
to
a
all
beautiful
our northern
city.
people viewing
it's
this,
gorgeous.
come on down.
Come on
In
down.
fact, you'll meet more northerners down here than you will southerners, and that's a true
And they're
statement.
nice. They're nice down here.
They are.
They are. So come on down.
And now for your Mortgage Minute, we have Lisa Marie Shapiro. She is the Senior Mortgage Planner with Fairway Independent. Lisa, thank you so much for being on the show.
Absolutely. Jen, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Lisa, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks.
Well, Lisa, the question I wanted to ask you today is, why should someone get pre-approved with a lender before going out and looking at homes?
So the biggest reason why you definitely want to speak with your lender and have your documents ready to go and have them reviewed is so that you don't go find your dream home, not be pre-approved, and then realize that you don't qualify to buy it. Or even worse, that you find the home, you're qualified to buy it, except for your monthly payment now is so much higher than where you really wanted it to be, and it's just now out of your own personal budget.
Sure, absolutely. But are people often surprised when they go to get pre-approved for a loan that maybe they qualify for more or potentially less than what they were thinking?
Usually, I find my clients will always be, I would say 90% of them will qualify for more than where they want to be, but that's kind of where a good lender does their due diligence and does their job in asking them, yes, you can qualify for this amount, but where do you want your monthly payment to be? And then that way you can kind of customize back towards that price point that's really going to match their budget. So when they find their dream home, they've got their dream payment to match with it.
Sure, and you're setting the expectation up front, and as you said, your offer might get accepted a little faster. Lisa, thank you so much for being on the show.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You as well.
So that's all for today's episode of The American Dream. Look, the American Dream is about overcoming adversity or dreaming big. Hope you enjoyed today's show, always combating negative media. Don't forget you can follow us on social media. See you next week.
Till you come back home.